Dwight Howard's going to get one with the Lakers. Woj reporting that a buyout with Memphis has been completed. He's going to be back in purple and gold once again. He did spend 1 year with the Lakers back in 2012, 2013. More on that in a second. The DeMarcus Cousins ACL injury, as you know, has created a void, and apparently Rob Pelinka and company have filled it for the moment. Woj joins us tonight here on SportsCenter. They worked out Howard, Joakim Noah, Maurice Spates. Why did they choose Superman?
Well, Dwight Howard is the player that they see that can fill their needs to rebound, protect the rim. They saw a healthy back. They saw a player who had dropped 25 pounds. It has not been the talent with Dwight Howard that has made teams so skeptical about bringing him in. It is what he does in locker rooms, with coaching staffs, with teammates. That is why I'm told he has a non-guaranteed deal. The Lakers can cut him anytime before January 7th and not owe him any money for the rest of this season.
Interesting. Sometimes your reputation precedes you. Before I let you go, you reported today that the Lakers players were involved in this process. Take me inside here.
Well, Anthony Davis was one of those players, I'm told, who was at the facility, talked with Dwight Howard. They had everybody with him, management, coaching staff. Remember, Frank Vogel, Jason Kidd. They've got a lot of people invested in keeping him in line, and they sent a very clear message to Dwight Howard over the last couple of days. If you step out of line, if you become a disruption in any way around this team, you are out of here. He is very much on notice walking in with the Lakers, but they saw a humbled player. They saw a player who said all the right things, but Dwight has done that for years, saying, I'm going to change. They're going to judge him on action over words right now.
We'll see what develops. He may not be the same type of talent. Bottom line, he's still a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year and an 8-time All-Star. They'd love a fraction of that this fall. That's the NBA's best insider. Howard's first stint, Kevin and I mentioned at the top of the show, if you were with us, wasn't pretty. Nash, Kobe, Gasol, they had such great hopes, but the Lakers finished 7th in the West. Kobe tore his Achilles. Howard was ejected in his final game in a Lakers uniform. But alas, Kevin, apparently it's not his final game in a Lakers uniform. Kings have closed their investigation into Luke Walton's charges of sexual assault. They said based on the available evidence against the Kings head coach, there was, quote, not a sufficient basis to support the allegations. A former television reporter named Kelly Tennant filed a civil suit against Walton in April, saying he assaulted her in a hotel room 5 years ago. Tennant did not participate in the investigation.
Still to come, the United States of America.
What?
Sam Mitchell, I'm Matt Weiner. Good to have you with us. James Harden's MVP, Beef, and Kobe Bryant birthday remembrances upcoming. But we'll start with the red, white, and blue. Team USA's world was turned upside down, down under, as the Americans lost for the first time in 13 years in the team's third exhibition game before the World Cup. And they did it in front of 52,000 people at Marvel Stadium in Melbourne, Australia, the second of two between the two national teams. USA takes the lead in the third quarter. Kemba Walker's so quick. He had 22 on the night, made the free throw on the and one. Off the turnover, Jason Tatum flies in for the dunk. U.S. up by 10 and seemingly pulling away at that point. But Sam, Aussies executed all night.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who is Andrew Bogut. I haven't seen this guy play with this much fluently and so hard and so tough and so skilled in a while. And Patty Mills, man, just shot the eyes out tonight.
He got it going late. Bogut's always been a great playmaker, but he doesn't always occupy this sort of role for his NBA teams. Joe Ingles, great hesitation. The layup gives Aussie a 4-point lead, up 80-76. Jaylen Brown to Joe Harris, who knocks down the three. That's why he's out there. The red, white, and blue back on top by 2. Ingles got a mismatch over Miles Turner. Step back is good. He had 15. The place is going nuts as Australia goes up 88-87. Mills, huge down the stretch.
Gotta call it.
Banked.
Gotta call it, Patty.
Goes in. Home continent advantage. Australia up 91-87. More from Mills. Catch and shoot. He had 30. And they're feeling it in Melbourne. Donovan Mitchell. Big shots late before he would foul out. Mitchell
again
Well defended by Mitch Creek. Goes off Australia. U.S. gets it back. Still a one-possession game, but Harris can't connect on the three. Australia grabs the rebound and grabs their first ever win over the U.S., which loses with NBA players for the first time since the '06 World Championship.
As a program, you know, we're very proud to be able to represent these colours and represent it the right way. And we're doing it as a team, we're doing it as a group, we're doing it as best mates, you know. So just awesome to come out here and be able to play in front of our fans.
There is a certain sense of mateship you can really feel with this group. What does it mean moving on to China? Can we get our hopes up?
It's a building block for us, you know. We've been taking it step by step and understanding that this is a process. But it's good just to get everyone back and get everyone on the floor. So this is just one step towards our progress and our ultimate goal of creating history and winning a medal. So we're locked in on that focus for sure.
And for you personally, 29 points in front of 50,000 people. What is this stadium like?
It was awesome, man. We had no idea what it was going to be like, and everyone came out in full force tonight. And you saw we were able to feed off the fans as well. But just a great opportunity. Hope we can all build on this, and basketball can become a major sport like it once was.
Basketball history tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's a really good team over there, man. We beat them the first night. They came out. They wanted it more than us tonight, and lesson learned for us.
Got Canada in front of you guys on Monday night. Got to regroup real quick.
We will. We're going to learn from our mistakes. We're going to continue to get better. This is a team that's just coming together. We're going to keep working, watch some film, and just get better for next game.
You can see the reactions of the Aussies there. Obviously, this is a huge moment in the history of their basketball program. First to ever win over the United States, and they do it there in their own continent. Really a great moment for them. For the U.S., it's an exhibition game.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good when you lose and you're wearing the USA
we're not used
on the
to losing
chest.
in basketball.
Doesn't happen very often, but
Yeah.
how big a deal is it in terms of the way this team develops?
Well, I think it's huge. Look, Kemba Walker said it. This team is growing right now. Anytime you come together and try to put together a team on the fly like U.S. does every time they play in these tournaments, it's tough. But again, the thing about it is that our basketball IQ, our basketball talent is superior. We just got to start playing better basketball together. When you watch this game tonight, Australia just executed offensively and defensively much better than the U.S. And then, Matt, you said it when we were doing the highlight. The U.S. had a chance where they pulled it ahead about 10, 11 points and looked like they were going to break the game open. And then all of a sudden they took a step back. Patty Mills got hot, made some tough shots, and all of a sudden U.S. missed some easy shots. And next thing you know, Australia got up and they just built on that lead and they just started playing with confidence. But what I'm impressed with is Australia movement without the basketball. And Andrew Bogut, oh my God, not just his passing. We know he's a big man that can play make,
right,
but the things that he was doing off the dribble, leading the break and facilitating like that, man, this Australia team is going to be tough.
Well, they're a good team. Obviously,
Yeah.
NBA players. Greg
Well,
Popovich,
half their roster NBA players.
Yeah, Greg Popovich knows all about what Patty Mills is capable of as well. And he scored the final 10 points for the Aussies as they score a historic victory. And for the U.S., back to the drawing board. We saw Marcus Smart play. They're trying to integrate him. We saw Derek White get hurt late in the game. We'll see what they come up with when they play Monday against Canada, a game you can see here on NBA TV at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time on their way to China. Game 1 of the World Cup for the U.S. is September 1 against Thomas Satoransky and the Czech Republic. An Olympic gold medalist is in the news here in the States. Dwight Howard is headed back to the Lakers 6 years after a single, sometimes acrimonious season in L.A. First, Howard must complete a buyout agreement with the Memphis Grizzlies, who acquired him earlier this summer from Washington, where he played just 9 games. Because of injury, he'll join the team as a replacement for DeMarcus Cousins. More coming up here. Got plenty more, including James Harden's theory on why he didn't repeat his league MVP. Hint, he's wrongly blaming me for one. Plus, on the occasion of Kobe Bryant's birthday, recalling the night Kobe hit Sam Mitchell's Raptors with 81 big ones.
You did it to me, young fella. Happy birthday.
5 seasons, James Harden finished among the top 2 in the league in MVP voting, but for the 3rd time, he finished 2nd. This year, of course, to Giannis Antetokounmpo, who earned 78 of the 101 media votes. It is the media who vote for these awards and who Harden is now saying got it wrong this time. Appearing on a Houston radio show this week, Harden said, quote, "Once the media, they create a narrative about somebody from the beginning of the year, I think they just take that narrative and just run with it the entire year. I don't want to get into details. All I can do is control what I can do. And I went out there and did what I was supposed to do at a high level. There's only a few other seasons that anybody has ever done that before. For the record,
I agree.
I was one of the 23 who voted Harden first.
Smart man. That's why I like you, Matt.
But I have no problem with Giannis Antetokounmpo as an MVP. But Harden, he has a point. There's an argument to be made either way. Where do you
I love Giannis. I think Giannis had an unbelievable season. But look at 36 points a game, 9 points more. The shooting percentage, yeah, that could be skewed a little bit because Giannis plays more 15 feet in and James played that three-point line and in. But you look at what James Harden has done the last 4 seasons, man, and you look at what he did last season. And this is how I look at the MVP. If you take Giannis off the Milwaukee Bucks, who had the best team and the deepest team, would the Bucks have made the playoffs? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been the number 1 seed, but they would have been a playoff team in the East.
Right.
You take James Harden off the Houston Rockets last year. Not only do they not make the playoffs, they are an awful basketball team. So to me, James Harden had the biggest impact on his team. Again, people get caught up in the numbers and how he plays and all these things, but he's right to a certain degree. The media did kind of set the narrative early, rode that wave on through, but in my estimation, again, I'm okay with Giannis being MVP, but if I had a vote, I'm like you. James Harden would have been my MVP.
Yeah, again, no problem with Giannis winning it, but that's the way I felt as well. And you know what?
These are Michael Jordan type numbers that James Harden.
Well, Daryl Morey is already on record saying he's the best offensive player in NBA history. And
I'm not. Well, the rules have changed. I would say the last 10 years. Yeah, but you have to go back in history and look at how the game was played.
It's a completely different game,
Absolutely.
and a lot of the analytics support
Yes.
support Harden over not only Giannis but over Jordan and just about anybody else. Speaking of MVPs, Friday marked the 41st birthday for the 2008 most valuable player, Kobe Bryant.
Fast 20 years went by. Put your shirt tail in, son. Kobe down the middle with authority for the win. 81-point game. What did I just see? That is greatness. That's Kobe Bryant. Mamba out.
Well, the current face of the Lakers, LeBron James, of course, among the many who wished Kobe a happy 41st.
Well, the rules have changed. I would say the last 10 years. Yeah, but you have to go back in history and look at how the game was played.
It's a completely different game, and a lot of the analytics support support Harden over not only Giannis but over Jordan and just about anybody else. Speaking of MVPs, Friday marked the 41st birthday for the 2008 most valuable